Hello, this is Kevin Biggins from the R&I Committee, and welcome to the FedEx Pilot Choice Modeler. In this video, we'll discuss how the modeler works and run through an example using information from a hypothetical pilot. On the opening page, please note that the modeler will provide an estimate, but not a guarantee, of future retirement benefits provided by FedEx. Click on the right arrow until you get to the checkbox. After selecting that, click on Get Started. Before we get started, it's important to know the modeler is going to focus on company-provided retirement benefits. However, we realize including personal savings is also important, so there is an option available to include your balance in our 401k, the PRSP. While including this is an option for the purpose of comparing the three retirement options in the TA to the current contract, it's simpler if we only calculate company-provided retirement benefits. Step 1. On this page, notice there are 4 inputs available. The first 3 are mandatory. Start at the top and input your date of birth and date of hire. Then enter your compensation. You should use your FedEx compensation from 2025. To get the most accurate number, go to your December 31st paycheck from 2025 and enter your total gross pay for that year. We realize some of our pilots experienced reduced pay last year, so this number may have been lower than normal. To compensate for this, you may want to make an adjustment to your 2025 compensation so the modeler can more accurately account for your future earnings. For this example, I'm going to input a date of birth of 12/31/1977 and a date of hire of 12/31/2017. Now I'm going to assume a 2025 compensation of $300,000. Next to that, you may enter your PRSP balance if desired. The PRSP balance is not required to be filled in. If you wish to, go to netbenefits.com to find your overall account balance and insert it here. For our example today, I'm going to leave this number blank. Step 2. This page shows current retirement benefits based on retiring at age 60. The information provided here is based off the 2015 CBA, not the 2026 tentative agreement. You will be able to adjust the retirement age to other than 60 years old on the next page. Using the inputs from the previous page, we can see a monthly pension income from the legacy pension plan of $9,100. This is what this pilot would have accrued after working at FedEx for 20 years. This is the pilot's defined benefit or pension for an age 60 retirement. Below that shows the PRSP with a balance of $636,010, which is what the projected estimate of the pilot's PRSP balance at age 60 is, starting with $0 today and only factoring in company contributions. We realize most of our pilots have a balance in the PRSP and will be contributing their own money into the plan, and adding in those dollars would significantly increase their retirement benefits in our example. However, adding in those dollars does not change the comparison values between the plans and the modeler. In the middle of the page under Plan Details, we recommend reading all the information provided to understand how these benefits work, what parameters can be adjusted, and assumptions that were used. Finally, in the upper right-hand corner, you can see your inputs from the previous page. You can adjust them if desired by clicking on the pencil icon. Step 3. You'll notice at the top of this page is where you can adjust your retirement age between 55 and 65. Note the default setting is age 60. On the left side is the same values from the current plan that were carried over from the previous page. In the middle of this page, click to see the plan options. This will bring us to step 4 and produces all 4 of the retirement benefit plans for comparison. Starting from left to right, they are our current plan, legacy pension or option 1, MB-CBP or option 2, and enhanced PRSP or option 3. Starting on the left, once again, these are the same numbers we discussed before. Next is option 1 from the TA. Using our same hypothetical pilot, his legacy pension plan income would increase to a monthly income amount of $11,900, while his PRSP balance would remain at $636,010. Under option 2, you can see his monthly legacy plan pension income is now $5,120. It's less because years of service accrual is frozen in the legacy pension plan upon transition to option 2, and the final average earnings cap under this option is $290,000 instead of $340,000 under option 1. Below that, you can see the combined PRSP slash MB-CBP balance has increased to $1,561,660. This is higher because in option 2, the combined company contribution into the PRSP and MB-CBP is 18 and then 19% uncapped, compared to 9% capped into the PRSP in option 1. Finally, under option 2, you'll notice the MB-CBP can be received as an annuity. If you wish to see the value of this benefit as an annuity, simply select the toggle and you'll notice the monthly pension income increases to $9,420, while the PRSP MB-CBP balance decreases to $800,220. Selecting this does not change the total value of the benefit under option 2, just how this benefit is paid. Now turning our attention to option 3. You can see the monthly legacy pension plan income is the same as option 2 at $5,120, and the PRSP balance is also the same as option 2 at $1,561,660. This is the same total amount because the combined company contribution percentages are the same in both options 2 and 3. We recommend clicking on each option and reading the provided information to learn more about each one in greater detail. Also, remember all these numbers are calculated from a retirement age of 60. If you wish to select a different age, adjust the slider near the top of the page and you'll notice the corresponding changes with options 1, 2, and 3, and the current plan. Now let's turn our attention to the bottom of the page. In this section, the modeler has converted the legacy pension plan benefit to a lump sum number and then added that to the corresponding PRSP account balance. This calculates a total dollar value for all 4 plans while providing a true apples-to-apples comparison across all these plans as well. Note, the conversion of the legacy pension plan value to a lump sum amount is only for comparison purposes, as a legacy pension plan does not have a lump sum option. Taking a closer look, you can see this comparison is currently displayed in 3 lines. The current retirement plan is displayed in blue. Next, option 1 is in orange. Then options 2 and 3 are combined and displayed in purple. The reason options 2 and 3 are combined is because with the current assumptions, they will produce the exact same total company provided retirement benefit. I'll discuss changing those assumptions later. Notice in our example how this pilot would benefit most from selecting option 1 up until a retirement age of 62, then options 2 and 3 become more beneficial. Finally, notice how all 3 options are greater than the current retirement plan regardless of what age is selected. Using specific numbers, we can see at age 60, option 1 increases the total retirement benefit from the current CBA of $2,245,728 to $2,741,025 in the TA. This equals an approximate increase in retirement benefits of $500,000. At age 65, this pot would see an increase from $2,852,041 under the current CBA to $3,903,536 under options 2 or 3, resulting in a total increase of approximately $1,050,000. Remember, these numbers are not including any current money in the PRSP, nor are they including any future pilot contributions. That's because the main purpose now is to show how the value of the company's contributions to the current retirement plans compared to those in the tentative agreement. Now let's go to the top of the page and click on Advanced Settings. This is where you can make changes to some of the assumptions if you desire. As you recall, the MBCBP has a long-term projected rate of return of 6.5%, so this number is fixed. You can adjust the rate of return for the PRSP anywhere from 3 to 10%. 6.5% is a default selection for the PRSP, but I'm going to change it to 7.5%. Below that is the compensation increase model. You can use this to determine future increases in pay rates. The default here is career growth. As you can read, selecting career growth uses the FedEx Pilot Career Growth Pay Scale taken from actuarial data based on historical experience. Clicking on that will reveal the average pay increases a pilot will accrue from a new hire up to 30 years of employment using historical pay information on file with FedEx. If our hypothetical pilot chooses this, the modeler will automatically base the pilot's pay increases starting at year 9 on the scale, since this pilot is currently in his 9th year of employment. There are some reasons why you may want to choose something else to project your future pay increases, such as you are already a captain or don't plan on upgrading anytime soon. Because of this and other possible reasons, the modeler is providing a flat 3% or 4% increase in pay year over year as an option. I'm going to save changes using the default career growth pay scale and a custom 7.5% rate of return in the PRSP. As you can see in the comparison of lump sum values, there is now a fourth line, which is green, representing option 3. This is now showing a different value than option 2. As you can see, option 3 has become more valuable than option 2 because the 7.5% rate of return for the PRSP is greater than the 6.5% in the MBCBP. Conversely, if we change the rate of return to the PRSP below 6.5%, option 2 would show a higher amount than option 3. As you interact with the modeler, it's important to remember the current decision is whether or not to vote for the tentative agreement. Comparing all 3 retirement options in the TA to the current contract will help you make an informed decision. If this TA ratifies, there will be a transition period with more information per the implementation LOA. When you're finished with this page, you can click Continue to exit the modeler. It will remind you of important dates and resources that are available if you need assistance during the voting process. Thanks for your attention.